Did you know that the first 2 minutes after you walk through your front door determine whether your dog spends the evening in a peaceful rest or stuck in a state of high alert panic? It sounds dramatic, but research shows most well-meaning owners accidentally trigger separation anxiety by turning their arrival into a high-stakes emotional event that keeps the nervous system on edge. Today, we're decoding the 2-minute rule, a science-backed sequence including the 10-second silent ritual and energy matching to reset your dog's brain chemistry instantly. Stick around for the full checklist, because the final step involves a forgotten zone massage that 99% of owners overlook, yet it's the ultimate key to a calm companion. 1. Why your greeting is a stress trap. When you burst through the door and meet your dog's frantic energy with high-pitched baby talk and dramatic hugs, you think you're showing them love. But in the world of dog psychology, you might be accidentally setting a stress trap. You see, your dog's primitive brain, the amygdala, is wired for survival. When you respond to their frantic jumping with equal intensity, you are unintentionally confirming their worst fear, that being alone was a life-threatening crisis, and your return is a rescue mission. This creates a dangerous cycle. By spiking their energy to a 10 out of 10 the moment you arrive, you're teaching their nervous system that peace only exists when you are physically present. The higher the high during your homecoming, the deeper the crash becomes the next time you pick up your keys to leave. Research shows that this emotional whiplash is exactly what keeps cortisol levels, the stress hormone, skyrocketing in your absence. If you're starting to realize that your happy greetings might actually be fueling your dog's anxiety, you're already ahead of 90% of owners. Understanding these hidden biological signals is the first step to becoming your dog's true safe haven. If you want to continue mastering this silent language of devotion, consider joining our community by hitting that subscribe button and liking this video. It helps us share these science-backed secrets with more dog lovers who want a calmer, happier bond. Because once you break this loop, you stop being just a passenger in their panic and start becoming the partner they truly need. But how can you tell if your dog is already stuck in this cycle? In the next part, we're going to decode the subtle microsignals, some of which look like love but are actually cries for help. 2. Signs you're accidentally fueling their panic. How do you know if your dog's happy greeting is actually a cry for help? Most owners misread the signs, thinking intense excitement equals deep love. But science tells a different story. If your dog acts like a Velcro shadow, following you from the door to the bathroom the second you get home, their brain isn't just happy, it's experiencing a massive oxytocin spike. Researchers at Duke University found that this shadowing behavior happens when a dog is using you as a walking, breathing anti-anxiety medication to regulate their own spiraling emotions. Another hidden sign is the scent thief behavior. Do you often find your dog sleeping on your dirty laundry or stealing an unwashed t-shirt while you're away? A German study found that dogs with access to their owner's scent showed 67% less stress. They aren't being destructive. They are desperately trying to wrap themselves in your unique chemical signature of safety because their own nervous system can't find peace without it. Even that frantic jumping and whining you see at the door isn't just joy. It's often a sign of low emotional flexibility, meaning they lack the adaptability muscles to handle the transition from your absence to your presence. Identifying these microsignals, like the right side wag, which indicates true positive bonding, versus the full-body tension of a panic attack, is what separates a regular pet owner from a true guardian. If you're starting to see your dog's quirks through the lens of biology, you are already building a foundation of trust that 90% of people miss. Once you recognize these signs, you'll realize that the way we react to them is the final piece of the puzzle. But there is one specific error, what I call mistake has-hone, that almost every owner makes in the first 30 seconds of walking through the door. Let's talk about the hype greeting and why it's sabotaging your dog's progress. 3. Mistake has-hone, the hype greeting trap. We all love that movie-style moment when we walk through the door and our dogs act like they haven't seen us in years. But this hype greeting is actually the primary way owners accidentally sabotage their dog's progress. When you meet your dog's level 10 energy with high-pitched screams and frantic petting, you are teaching their anterior cingulate cortex, the brain region responsible for emotional flexibility, that transitions are high-stakes crises rather than normal life events. Ethologists studying natural dog populations have found that while dogs do match energy, they do so to synchronize and then de-escalate. If you stay at that high-energy peak, you leave your dog's nervous system with nowhere to go but down into an emotional crash. Think of it like suddenly cutting the power to a house instead of slowly dimming the lights. The sudden jump in intensity makes the eventual quiet time feel like an abandonment rather than rest. To fix this, you don't have to be a robot, but you do need to be their emotional air conditioner. Start by keeping your first 2 minutes home completely boring. No dramatic eye contact, no high-pitched baby talk, and no heavy hugs. If your dog is hyper, try the 2-0-second match. Engage playfully at their level for just 20 seconds to show you acknowledge them, then immediately and slowly guide them toward a calm state by lowering your voice and movements. If you're starting to see how these tiny shifts in your energy can rewrite your dog's internal code for safety, then you're becoming the leader your dog truly deserves. By mastering this boring entry, you are building the adaptability muscles your dog needs to stay resilient. But even when we try to be calm, there's a second, much more subtle mistake we make when we see our dogs in distress. In the next part, we'll look at why comforting panic might be the very thing keeping your dog stuck in anxiety. 4. Mistake #2. Comforting the panic. It's the most natural human instinct in the world. Your dog is whining, pacing, or trembling at the door, and you want to kneel down, give them a tight hug, and whisper, "It's okay, I'm here." But in the delicate language of dog psychology, this is a massive mistake. When you offer physical affection during a peak arousal spike, you aren't actually soothing them, you are rewarding the panic. According to researchers, dogs are highly intuitive animals that mirror your emotions. If you treat your arrival like a dramatic rescue mission, you are unintentionally confirming your dog's worst fear, that being alone was indeed a life-threatening crisis. By petting them while they are frantic, you are sending a signal to their amygdala, the brain's fear center, that their anxiety was the correct response. You are essentially tagging that state of panic as a behavior that earns them a reward. Think of it like a psychological anchor. If you only give affection when they are stressed, they will learn to stay stressed to keep you close. Instead of rescuing them, you must wait for the relief sigh or just one calm second where their paws hit the floor. This tiny window of stillness is the only time you should offer a touch. By rewarding the calm instead of the chaos, you help their nervous system learn how to de-escalate on its own. If you're starting to see how these small shifts in your behavior can rewrite your dog's mental health, then you're already becoming the safe haven they've always needed. If you want to continue this journey of deep, science-backed devotion with us, consider joining our community by hitting that subscribe button and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your interaction helps us reach more owners who are struggling to find this level of peace in their homes. Breaking the habit of rescuing your dog from their emotions is the first step toward building true resilience. But how do you actually start the calming process the second you walk in? In the next part, we're going to look at the 1-0-second reset, the silent ritual that can drop your dog's stress hormones by a staggering 40% before you even say a word. 5. The 1-0-second reset ritual at the door. Now that you've stopped the habit of rescuing your dog with misplaced affection, you might wonder, how do you actually communicate that they are safe? The answer lies in the 1-0-second reset ritual, a technique military researchers discovered that has the power to bypass the brain's fear center, the amygdala, and instantly flood your dog's system with oxytocin. When you walk in, instead of using an excited baby voice, simply stand near them and maintain soft, wordless eye contact for about 10 to 15 seconds. This acts as a biological reset button for their nervous system. It is vital to keep your gaze relaxed. In the natural world, a hard, unblinking stare is perceived as a threat or a challenge for dominance. By keeping your eyes soft and being the first to break eye contact, you are sending a silent, psychological handshake that tells them everything is normal. This simple, intentional act can lower their cortisol levels, the stress hormone, by a staggering 40%. Watching your dog shift from a state of high alert to a deep, relief-filled sigh is one of the most rewarding moments you can experience as a guardian. This ritual is the first major pillar of your homecoming, signaling to their brain that the crisis is over. However, a mental reset is only half the battle. Their body might still be carrying physical stress from the hours you were gone. In our final section, we're doing the full reveal of the 2-minute rule, including exactly where to massage those hidden tension zones to complete their emotional transformation. 6. Full reveal. The 2-minute rule. This is the exact sequence you need to follow every time you walk through the door to reset your dog's nervous system and transition them from panic to peace. From 0 to 30 seconds, neutral entry and energy matching. Walk in as if your arrival is a non-event, boring and calm. If your dog is at a level 10 energy, don't demand immediate silence. Instead, match their energy playfully for just 20 seconds, then slowly lower your movements to guide their anterior cingulate cortex into a calm state. From 30 seconds to 1 minute, and 30 seconds, the 1-0. Second silent ritual. Stand near your dog without speaking or using a baby voice. Engage in soft, wordless eye contact for 10-15 seconds. This bypasses the amygdala, the fear center, and floods their system with oxytocin, acting as a biological reset button. From 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes, releasing forgotten zones. Spend these 30 seconds massaging areas where dogs carry chronic physical tension, the webbing between their toes and where the front legs meet the chest. Releasing these stress knots tells the nervous system that the danger of being alone is officially over. After 2 minutes, the consent test. Now that they are physically and mentally regulated, practice the 3-second consent game. Pet them in a safe zone, like the chest or behind the ears, for 3 seconds, then stop. If they lean into you or request more, you have achieved a bond built on trust rather than frantic need. Troubleshooting. If your dog keeps jumping, immediately break eye contact and turn slightly away until all 4 paws are on the floor before restarting the 1-0-second silent ritual. If your dog keeps whining, ensure they have a scent anchor like an unwashed t-shirt in their safe zone to help bridge the emotional gap between your absence and your presence. If your dog won't calm down, stop all interaction and restore their agency. Wait for them to choose to approach you on their own terms rather than forcing the connection. Expected progress. Days 1 to 3. You will notice your dog begins to expect the silent ritual, and their heart rate will drop faster upon your entry. Days 4 to 7. The Velcro shadow behavior should decrease, and your dog will start seeking out their safe den for rest shortly after you arrive. By practicing the 2-minute rule, you're doing more than just preventing anxiety. You're building a sanctuary of calm and a bond written into your dog's very biology. If this helped you decode your best friend's world today, please hit that like button and subscribe to Canine Decode for more heart-smart, science-backed guides. Now, I want to hear from you. Which part of the 2-minute checklist are you trying tomorrow morning? Comment your dog's name and your favorite tip below.